Hey, today I'm going to talk about an inverse way of looking at your grip and address, which is really your address and grip.
What is happiness? Happiness is achievement. What's the father of achievement? Motivation. What's the mother? Encouragement. The fine golf swing is truly achievement. Man may lie, cheat, and steal for gain. He'll never gain the golf swing. To gain the golf swing, man must work. It's work without toil. For those of us who know and love it, golf is truly happiness.
Hey, welcome to the channel today. If you've ever been to one of our golf schools or seen how we teach, it would probably differ from anything you see in the world of golf today. And here's why. Because it's a pretty easy explanation that most instruction that you see in the world today, and I don't know why it's this way, maybe I can figure it out, they teach the grip first. And you can pick up any instruction manual, you can pick up any book, and you can pick up anything out there that's related to golf instruction, and they're going to try to put your hands on the golf club first. And if you think about this for just a minute, it doesn't really make any sense, because what you're trying to do is strike this object on the ground with this stick. Okay, so that's a pretty simple concept. I'm going to try to take this stick, hit that object on the ground. Doesn't the object on the ground and how you orient to the object before you hit the object make more sense? Let's think about chopping down a tree, for example. And I know this is a really probably rudimentary example, but if I took an axe and I went to chop a tree down, you basically lean your body, then you put your hands out, and then you hit the tree. You don't try to grab the axe and then hit the tree. You basically take the axe, you lift it up like this, then you basically lean your body, and then you swing the axe. So you'll see what happens when you look at the task. I'm trying to hit a tree with an axe. You don't grip the axe and go, okay, I'm ready to hit the tree. You put the body in, then you grab the axe and you swing. But that's pretty much true of anything. Look at baseball players. They come in there and they don't even care about their grip on the bat, and then they set their body and then they get in there. So they're not gripping the bat and then running up and trying to hit a baseball. So the natural motion of our body is to position our body before we position our hands. And there's a lot of science to this, and it's pretty easy to understand that you should not grip the club before you set up to a golf ball. But I'm going to show you how to actually do this. We teach with a single plane swing what we call address and grip. We want you to establish your body position before you actually commit the hands to the golf club. And what that means is this, is we know that impact, if you look at all great ball strikers, there's a certain dynamic to impact. Impact is where the body is tilted, it's forward bent, and it's leaned. So there's a particular position in impact. And this is where the hands orient, and I say the word orient because the back of the hand is to the target, and this trail arm is underneath and bent, and here is your perfect impact strike. This is the position I want my body in an impact. So notice that is not, I'm standing like this. When I'm talking to you, I'm standing up. Why would I grip a golf club from here and then try to figure out body orientation to hit a golf ball? So what we teach, which is completely common sense, and this, you're going to have to kind of digest this in your own mind because you've probably learned to grip the club first, is why wouldn't you establish your tilt, then your lead arm position? Because remember, at impact, this arm is straight. So why wouldn't you establish your lead arm position straight and then bring your trail arm in? So you tilt first, establish your alignment of your body, your orientation, and then grip the club, and then swing the golf club. Doesn't that make sense that your hands would end up on the golf club in a more efficient manner? And so that's what we always teach at Graves Golf is address position, body position, orientation before you stick your hands on the golf club. Because here's what happens to so many of you is if you take a golf club and you let's say somebody hands you a club, and let's say just you grip it, for some reason you hold it incorrectly. So now what you've actually done is you've oriented the face incorrectly. In other words, maybe you started out with a closed face or an open face. So now you got a problem, because when you go to hit this ball, you are now subject to the mistake you made with your hands. I don't want you to go through that process. What I want you to do is I want you to establish your position, orient your arm, and I'm going to explain the left arm orientation in a second, and then bring your hand in, and now your hands are in the orientation that you need to accomplish a square face from the very beginning, from your established starting position. Now, I'm going to give you one more little tidbit about the single plane swing. If you guys are curious about the single plane swing and want to know more about it, everything we teach, that was a quick example of what we teach as far as orient the body before the hands, address before grip, which is what I call inverting what most instruction teaches in the world. But also, there's a reason for it biomechanically. Let me explain that. You would agree that a very important moment in the golf swing is the moment of impact. I got to get the face square. So in other words, I need to take this club face and I need to make sure that at the moment of impact it's square. Well, I know that my body has to be tilted. I know my arm is going to be straight, and so I have to have a straight arm, and the back of my hand is to the target, and that's going to allow me to have a square face. Okay, so I know where I need to be at impact. Again, I'm kind of inverting this. I'm backing this out of where you need to be at impact. Well, if I look at how the body is designed and I tilt it, so if I tilt my body just slightly and I bring this arm into a rotation, I'll explain that, and I only rotate my forearm, you'll notice that the back of my hand can only go so far. Try this for yourself. Rotate this way and then just simply only rotate your forearm, and you'll notice you can only go that far. What's happening in the swing is exactly that. The tilt of the body, when you come down, the tilt of the body is, the arm is rotated, we call it internally rotated. The tilt of the body allows the arm to stay internally rotated, and the only thing left is to rotate the forearm at impact. So in other words, because of that tilt, and this is why the tilt, and I mentioned this a minute ago, the tilt is so important, because the tilt is isolating this arm so that you can only square a face. So now let me ask you this question as we conclude here. How important is your side bend or tilt in a golf swing? And you're going to say, well, based on what you just explained, it's probably one of the most important things to a golf swing, and it absolutely is, because all good ball strikers have a certain amount of tilt at impact, which allows the arm to align with this golf club and then have the back of the hand square the face. So to me, and I'll finish with this, tilt is primary to the grip, because if I get the tilt correct, then I can put the hands on the club correctly. And that's exactly why we teach the address and grip in a fashion that way, rather than grip and address. And I would never want you putting your hands on the club first, because I want you to get the body position first and then the hands. And you just noticed after that discussion that it's pretty much common sense. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and give us a thumbs up if you want more information about the single plane swing.